ஏவும் உலகும் உயிரும் மற்றும் யாதுமில்லாதன்று நான் முகன் தன்னோடு தேவ உலகோடு உயிர் படைத்தான் குன்றம் போல் மணிமாட நீடு திருக்குறுகூடதனுள் நின்றவாதிப்பிரான் நிற்க மற்ற தெய்வம் நாடுதிரே. Yesterday, we've been looking at the past 5 pasturams, four pasturams. Andal has gone to Nandagopan's Nandagopan's house, and she's woken up the guards first. She went inside. Afterwards, she woke up Nandagopa and Yashoda. She went inside. Afterwards, she saw Balarama, Namimutapiran, and then also, of course, she saw Nappin night. We saw Undavadalaishan, the queen. She saw that, and yesterday we saw the king. Yesterday in the king's posthume, we saw mainly 4 points that were seen as the bed. Usually when I'm giving kind of hard to understand topics or a list or something, like for instance, Jnanam, Shakti, Prapti, Purti, I try to repeat it as much as I can so that it can be stuck in your mind. I repeat the same pramanams over and over again so that they should be stuck in your mind, right? If I say, Vedide Arul Sevan, you should think that, oh, he will do Arul without any expectations. I used to say that pastime a lot during the first couple of days, right? So I'm trying to repeat as much as I can. So in that sense, yesterday we saw that in the Kuttuvelakariya Kotukkal Kattilmel, that Kotukkal, that bed made out of the tusks of the Kolaya Pitam that Krishna defeated, we saw that each of the points of the bed refers to one type of Kartritvam. We saw Sheshatve Kartritvam, Bhogyatve Kartritvam, Kartritve Kartritvam, Nyatritve Kartritvam. We saw these 4 points, not in that order. We saw Nyatritve Kartritvam second. But first I'll go through what are those again. Those are all virodhis. Those are all obstacles in us understanding the Lord. In reality, what is the achievement of the Lord? Arvars say that it is not something that you go somewhere and you achieve the Lord. It's not that I go to the temple and I'm with the Lord, or I go to Shiva Ikunta and I'm with the Lord. It is here understanding that we are under his adime, that Sheshatvam that is always there. It is under that understanding is what Arvars say is where we are at. That is what the understanding of the Lord is. That is what gives us that irai inbam, or that peace of mind, which is the point of the whole Arvars perspective. In that, what is the goal? How do you achieve that irai inbam? There's a couple of obstacles to that irai inbam, and that we saw yesterday. There's 4 obstacles. They're all based in this concept of ahankara mamakaram. Previously, I had explained what ahankara mamakaram is, but yesterday in those 4 points of the bed, you see the details of what those ahankara mamakaram looks like. Ahankara mamakaram is thinking that I am the one that is achieving the Lord. Mamakaram means that it is mine. I am doing something is ahankara. Mamakaram means it is mine. This is my thing. This is not my thing, to have such thought process. So what is the 4 things in this? It all refers to Kartritvam. Kartritvam refers to the Jiva being able to do an action. That is what the Jiva's action is, what is referred to as Kartritvam. Kartritvam means to be able to do an action. So first we saw Sheshatve Kartritvam. Sheshatve Kartritvam refers to, well, being under the understanding that the Lord is the one that is always protecting us. He is the one that is always doing everything. He is the one that is allowing us to do anything. He is the one that Ullam Urai Ulla Imundriyam, he is doing all of this. When even that we think that we are doing something, that we are the ones that are doing the things, that is the first point. It's a cognitive dissonance you see when you think that he does everything, but at the same time you think we are also doing something to achieve him, or for anything else you think that we are going to achieve him. That is cognitive dissonance that is pointed out here. Sheshatve is that he's the one that is doing something. Kartritva means that I am doing something. It is a conflict of it's in itself, that word itself. But a lot of us think that way. That is what is the first point. Sheshatve Kartritvam. Next point, Nyatritve Kartritvam. Jnanam refers to, we think that we are getting some jnanam. So for instance, right, yesterday I mentioned the sun comes on its own. We do not control when the sun comes up. That knowledge also comes on its own. To think that I am achieving that knowledge. Now I'm reading some sort of book. Through that I am getting this knowledge. I am studying Shastra, I am studying Veda. I spent 12 years in the Veda Padasala. What do you know? There's a beautiful story. In Parasara Bhatta's life, Bhatta, there used to be this great Vidwan that would come to his Kalakshepa Goshti every day, and he would, Parasara Bhatta would not really heed to him. He would not really think of him much, and he would not ask him, how are you doing, etc. However, there was another person who did not know a single thing. This a very common man. He would come, but Parasara would be like, are you okay, Swami? How are you doing? He would like fall at his feet, everything. This Veda, this Veda studied person, he was like, why is he's treating this person better? Why is I'm like, he can at least treat both of us equally. but at the same, but he's not even looking at in my direction. Parasara Bhattar, he's not even considering me as a person. To which in the story, this Acharya, sorry, it is not Parasara Bhattar, it's Nambillai, that is my bad. In the story Nambillai, what he does is this person comes and asks Nambillai, why is this such the case? To which Nambillai says, let's bring both of you. And so this one person, he asks, who is the God in the Vedas? Vedas say, and so this person that studied the Vedas says, oh, in some places it say, Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya, Om Namaste Rudramanyava Uthota Ishave Namaha, Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhya Mutate Namaha. So it seems that the God of destruction is what is God here. But also in another place it says, Agnaya Swaha, Agnaya Yedam Namaha, I'm giving everything to Agni. In another place it says, Surya Idam Namama, so I'm giving everything to Surya. In another place it says that there's no Brahman. In one place it says there is Brahman. In another place Brahman has qualities. Brahman does not have qualities. Which one? I cannot say. We say Nirguna Brahman, Saguna Brahman, all sorts of complications. It cannot be decided clearly. I said, okay, so you don't know who God is. How do you achieve him? This also he said, there's many different ways. Krishna has given Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Tirumala Eduka, Tiruvela Keke, Divya Sambasal. Swami Pilloka Mokshapati gives a long list of different things you can do to achieve the Lord, that people think that by doing this we are going to achieve the Lord. There's so many different things that are shown in the Vedas. He said, okay, you stand here. He brought the other person that doesn't know anything. He said, who is God? Narayanane Namakke Paredariman. That's all he knows. That's the only word he knows. Out of all of Thiruppāvai, he knows Narayanane Namakke Paredariman. What did I say in the first day? Keep calm and Narayana. That's the only thing he knows. And so that with that message, he answered both questions. Keep calm. He will give whatever, if it's something to be achieved, will he not give? If there is a God, is it not the all-encompassing Mal? Is Mal not the God? Why should we limit God to one aspect? Is it okay to say that God is only a person that does destruction, or God is only a person that does protection, or God is only a person that does destruction, or he's the only one that is giving this ability and then he leaves, or is he not an all-encompassing thing seen throughout? Yengumulan Narayanan. Yengumulan Kannan is what Ayurveda says, right? That Kannan, that Narayana, that's what it means. He is inside of every single last entity as Antaryami. That refers to the fact that metaphorically it means that he's controlling every single action. So that is what this person says. He says that Mal is God. We clearly say, just by learning the Vedas through this Jnanam, we cannot achieve anything. It's clearly shown from that story. By studying Vedas for so many years, that person didn't even know this simple two questions he couldn't even answer, which this other person was able to answer by knowing that one shlokan, keep calm and Narayana, right? And so that you see in that Pāsuram. So that's what you see. Next, that's Jnatitve Kartritvam. Next you see Kartritve Kartritvam. You think that I am going to do something, and that I am the one that is doing that. This Sheshatve Kartritvam traditionally refers to in understanding of the God, and you are also thinking that you are doing. Kartritve Kartritvam means I don't even understand God. I am thinking that I am doing, and I am the one that's fully doing. That is the Kartritve Kartritvam. We are not doing anything is what is clearly shown by the Ayvars consistently. Perumal is the one that is doing every last thing. You see that Kalanyanam Segene Yane Ennum Kalanyanam Tirpenum Yane Ennum. Ayvar goes and lists off everything. He pretends to be God, and he lists off everything that Perumal does. Everything falls into that. In that Padigam, you see everything. Every last entity, every single last action is seen there. He does everything is what is seen there. Kartritve Kartritvam, Bhoktritve Kartritvam. We think that we are the enjoyers out of whatever we do. By doing something that we are the one that is enjoying it. Even by serving God, we say that, oh, I come to temple because it is fun for me. I like to come to the temple. I'm guilty of this, obviously. However, many of us, we think that we are the enjoyers of this. We are not the enjoyers. He is Anandamayan. He is the true enjoyer. Anandamayan means he is always with Ananda. Why is he always with Ananda? Is he just sitting there summa with Ananda? Is he just always being in Ananda? If we are truly suffering, will he be with Ananda? That's not a good quality for the Lord. So then you understand that we are not actually suffering. It is the thought process that we have this duality of good and bad, and so hence we are thinking in that, and we are thinking that we are suffering. In reality, everything is of his protection. If he is always consistently, regardless of any sort of clause, without any expectations, if he is protecting us, we are always going to be safe, right? Nothing bad is going to happen to us, right? Nothing bad is happening. And so then that's what you see. That's because of that, he is Anandamayan. He's always happy. There's no such thing as a good, all-powerful God and also an all-good God, unless he is the one that is, unless he's always doing anything. If Kartatvam comes into that, then there's no all-powerful God and all-good God cannot come together, is what you can see. And so hence, these are the 4 points that are shown in those 4 parts of that bed. And so that is what you saw yesterday. I was a little unhappy with my explanation for the last 2 lines of that pasuram. So I will just briefly explain it and then we will continue to today's pasuram. For last 2 lines of yesterday's pasuram was புத்துவிளக்கையை கொத்து கால் கத்தில் மேல் மெத்தன பஞ்சசைனத்தின் மேலேறி கொத்தலை பூங்குழல் நப்பின்னை கொங்க மேல் வைத்து கிடந்த மலைமார்பா வாய்திரவாய் மைத்தனங் கண்ணீராய் நீயுன் மணாலே எத்தனை போதும் துயிலழவட்டாய்கான் எத்தனை ஏலும் பிரிவார்த்தகில்லாயால். We are so, she says, எத்தனை ஏலும் எத்தனை போதும் துயிலழவட்டாய்கான். She is referring to Nappinai as another one of their girls in that context, and she's saying Perumal is not only for you. She's not only for you, he's also for us. We are in so much pain, suffering without realizing that he is with us. Just now, Shashank, you said that Perumal does not allow for pain and suffering. There's no such thing as pain and suffering in this world. She is saying I'm suffering with being away from you. That suffering is due to us realizing that he is not realizing that he's always with us. It is just simply a reminder. It's a jnana vishesham. We usually say jnana and moksha. What is this moksha? It is understanding that he's always there. If we understand it, we do not have any suffering. Either way, good is only happening. If we understand that good is only happening, we will be happy. If we think that good and bad are both happening, we are doing something further, etc., all these 4 points that I brought up, then of course we'll be in that suffering. Andal is saying that we want to see that Perumal. By understanding that Perumal is the metaphor here. It's not that we are apart from Perumal. He's Antaryami. Is he not always with us? It is that metaphor that he is. We want to show that we want to see. She's showing us. We are the ones that are not realizing. We are the ones outside of the door. But she's showing that to be separate from Perumal is not a physical separation, but rather a mental one that he has to give us. He has to give us that knowledge. Why does he give it sometimes, not give it some other times? If only out of darkness lightness comes, right? And so only if there's darkness can we get lightness, and so we have to appreciate that lightness, right? So hence she's saying give us that lightness so that we can understand his greatness. Is to share for you. Do not say that he's only for you. That is not true. Open up the door is what she says in the last pasuram. I kind of said that, but due to time, I kind of rushed over it yesterday. So we will go into today's pasuram now. Muppattu mūvar amararkku munchende kapam tavittum kaliye tuilada cheppamudaiyaai thiruppāvai சித்தார்க்கு வெப்பம் கொடுக்கும் விமலாத்திரா செப்பெண்ண மென்முலை செவ்வாய் திருவருங்கள் நப்பிண்ணை நங்காய் திருவே திருடாய் உக்கமும் தட்டோடு தந்துன்மனாலனை இப்போதே எம்மை நீராட்டேலோ ரெம்பாவாய். With this pasuram, Andal refers to all the devas. We often hear Muppatti Mukkoti devas, 33,000. Koti, yes, it means 1,000. 33 times 1,000, yes, it's 33,000. But Koti also means group. In Sanskritam, Koti traditionally means group is what is the correct translation here. It's a mistranslation to say that there's 33,000 devas. Chinnajaya Swami often makes the joke. If there are Shriman Narayana Ramanuja Chinnajaya Swami, he makes the joke that if there truly are 33,000 gods, if there are so many gods, we will see Greek mythology in our mythology too. We will always see the gods continuously fighting. We will only see Star Wars. That is the words that Swami mentioned. And so that is not the point. The point actually, we will see who I mentioned a pasuram first before starting. Undrum Devam Ulavum Uirum Mattum Yadum Illada Andre. Before there was anything else. Nanmugan Tannodu Deva Ulavo Irudu Padaithan, Nanmugan, Shiva, etc. All these gods, Uiru Padaithan, he created them. Kundram Pol, Manimada Needu Tirukkuruguranul. You see in this Arvarthanari, there's no god other than the one that you see in Arvarthanari, that Adipiran. What is that meaning of that? Does it mean that none of the others exist? We will look at that in today's pasuram. What is this scene here? I'll first list out what these 33,000 devas are. What this 33 devas are. It's considered as 8 vasus who refer to the material elements. Each of them refers to fire, air, ether, and etc. That's what the 8 vasus are representative of. Similarly, you see the 11 Rudras who are representative of destruction. You see all kinds of destruction. They are representative of different kinds of destruction. Similarly, you see the 12 Adityas or the solar/cosmic elements. You see Indra in that group as well. Next, you see the 2 Ashwini Kumaras, which are important for the health. These are the Devas that you see, these come up to 33. What is referred to here? Andal is referring to these people. Muppattu mūvar amararkku munchண்டு kappam tavirkkum kaliye. Here in this context, we will give it in two contexts. First of all, one needs to understand that all of these are, if everything is Perumal's doing, is health beyond Perumal's doing, is destruction beyond Perumal's doing, is the cosmos, is rain happening because of somebody else. Perumal does everything except for rain. Perumal does everything except for this. That doesn't make logical sense. It is all aspects of the same Yemberuman. It is he who is doing every single last one of these things. My Swami often says that there's one there's no other Deva. There's only he who is doing all of these things. And so what are these? These are metaphors, these are personifications of his different actions. His actions are all of these. There's no other person doing any other action. There's one God who is doing all of these actions that is referred to as Thirumal, all-encompassing. He's all-encompassing even these actions. He's also doing these actions for us. Muppattu mūvar, that's what you see here. But Muppattu mūvar amararkku munchண்டு, here she refers to them as Amarar. You see that in our Hindu mythology, all of these actions are done through different people such as Indra, etc. So they also need help, right? If they are such people, they are also Jivatmas. They are not Paramatma. They are only Jivatmas, of course, in these stories. And so hence, they are also Amars. They are Jivatmas. They are similar to us. And so they are also doing their own duty as ordained by Emperuman, right? And so that's what you say. Muppattu mūvar amararkku munchண்டு kappam tavirkkum. What does Perumal do in this context? Why is Andal saying all this? Munchண்டு kappam tavirkkum. Before they need something, you see throughout Ramayana. How did Ramayana start? The Devas went and they said, Perumal, Ravana is troubling us. Or you see similarly, the Samudra Mantana happened. Perumal, the demons are torturing us. We need to win in this battle. You see so many different things. He is the one that always comes and saves the day, right? That is what Andal refers to here. He is coming and saving the day. Munchanda kappam tavirkkum. He's coming and removing that kappam, or their shivering, or their nadukam. You see that shivering comes when you are scared. When somebody is scared, let's just say this asura is coming to you with a big knife, we will start shivering. That is what this Devas were all in the situation of. They were scared of these asuras. They're scared that something was going to happen to them. You see, Indra says, "Oh, I lost my Rajyam. I lost Indralokam. Perumal help me." You see that you see the same thing. Brahma says, "I lost the entirety of the Vedas. You help me." How do you lose the Vedas? That is the question that is asked. But you see all these people, they have so many different problems that happens. Munchende kappam tavirkkum. It is seen that before they even ask, he has already planned it out, and he makes sure those things happen. You see that in the Samudra Mantanam, they only went and asked Perumale, can we want to defeat the Devas. The fact that he put the Meenode Ame Keral, Adikudalai Munnumi Ramanai Tana, you see the tortoise avataram, the tortoise, did they ask for, it is sinking, the Mala is sinking, the mountain is sinking, we need to put a tortoise underneath? They did not think that. He himself, before they had a problem, he went under and he made that happen. Before they realized that, that the asuras are going to take half of our amritam. Before that itself, he took the avataram of Mohini and decided to distract them. Before they even knew that such things were going to happen, before they even asked, Munchendre kappam tavirkkum. He came before they asked itself, and he's doing. And so Andal is saying, if you are going to do that before itself for them, what is to say you will not do for us? If for the Devas itself, you are Devas, what did we refer to? Tuyo mai bandom. In that previous portion, we saw Tuyo mai bandom. We are coming with purity. Devas, they all came with expectations. We are coming with purity. Just the happiness that Perumal is with us is enough for us. We don't want anything else. We just want to be with him, right? We come with that purity. If he is going to do for them, what is to say he won't do for us? Is the point that Andal brings up here. Of course, he's doing for every single last element, every single last molecule without a miss. He is going to protect. He's going to munchende kappam tavirkkum kaliye. Tuyilarai, you are such a strong person that the person that samartyasali, a person that has the intelligence to be able to do this. We looked at jnanam, shakti, prapti, purti. First point, jnanam. He has that jnanam. He has that knowledge to be able to protect us. Kappam tavirkkum kaliye. Tuyilarai, come on, wake up. Perumale, wake up, come. Wake up similarly means come sit in our heart is the point that is seen here. It is that he is always awakened. He never sleeps. I mentioned, if you go to any Devyasam, his eyes are never closed. He is always awake, right? And so he is Parkadal Yoganate saying the come, let us realize that you are inside of that you are always protecting. Come on. You are so strong, you are so intelligent, you have all of these Jnanam, Shakti, Prapti, Purti. I'll explain Jnanam, Shakti, Prapti, Purti once more. Jnanam refers to that knowledge. You look at, if you copy off the person on the test, if the other person also fails, of course you're going to fail. He's not going to fail his exam. So of course we are not going to fail our exam, right? We can freely copy off of him. There's no problem about that. Jnanam, Shakti, he is not like the watchman in India. The watchman, he is an old tata. If you slap him once, he will fall down. He's not like that. He has the Shakti to protect us. He is not like that watchman. Watchman can only watch us. We are getting strangled. He will not watch. He will protect us. He has that Shapamadayai, Thiruppāvai, Shatrarkku Veppam Kodukkum Vimala. What else does he have? Prapti. He has Prapti. He has the relationship between us. He's the Seshi. We are the Seshan. That's what you see. Seshan, Seshi. What does that mean? It's a new word that I'm using. Seshan refers to he who is the Adime, or he who is being controlled by the Lord. Seshi refers to he who is doing the controller. For this, my Acharyan, Sri Bora Acharya Swami in Kalakshepam gave a beautiful story. This Acharyan during the Kalakshepam would always say Seshan, Seshi, Seshan, Seshi. This one person was coming for Kalakshepam every day. His name was Seshan. He would come for Kalakshepam every day. He would be like, wow, he's saying such wonderful. He would love the Kalakshepams beyond just Seshan, Seshi. One day he went to his home. He told his wife, you should also come for this Kalakshepam. It's so nice. It's very wonderful to hear. You can get so much jnanam. His wife was like, okay, I will come for Kalakshepam. She was convinced. One day she came. Halfway through the Kalakshepam, she left. She got very mad and she left. He went through the entire Kalakshepam, and afterwards he went back home and he was like, why did you leave halfway through? She said, now I know why you're going to Kalakshepam every day. The next door neighbor's name, the next door lady's name is Seshi. He's continuously saying Seshan, Seshi. That's why you're going to the Kalakshepam every day, because next door neighbor's, that lady's name and your name are said together as if you are husband and wife. That is why you're going to the Kalakshepam every day. That's not, the story is just to remember what Seshan, Seshi is. Seshan is Perumal, Seshi is us. Similar relationship. Sorry, Seshi is him, Seshan is us. We have that similar relationship between husband and wife. Bhadrabharya Sambandham is the first of the Sambandhams you see. Pita Putra Sambandham, Bhadrabharya Sambandham. These are all very important. Husband, wife. He's the protector, we are the protected. Just metaphors. Father, son, he is the protector, we are the protected. These are all metaphors to how he is always taking care of everything we need. It's what is shown here. Shapamadaya, that is Prapti. Purti, he is good in himself. He has everything he needs. If he needed to go about and do something for himself, he won't have the time to protect us. You see in this Muppattu, mūvar, amararkku, they themselves are struggling. How can they protect us is a point that is given. He does not struggle, so he will always give it to us. If I go ask another person, my next door neighbor, oh, can you he himself is struggling for money. If I go ask him, can I have some money? Will he give me money? He himself is struggling for money. Perumal does not have any such struggle. He has everything he needs. He is Shriyapadi. He is married to the goddess of wealth, right? And so that's what you see here. Chappamadaya, Thiruppāvai, you have that strength. Shatrarkku Veppam Kodukkum Vimala. Vimala means he who is faultless. Again, you see that Yemberiman does not have any flaws. He's continuously protecting us. If he had any flaws, would he be Anandamayan? No, he would not be happy if he had any flaws, right? He doesn't have any flaws. There's no aspect in his creation that is unprotected. There's no aspect in his creation that is not good. Everything is good. It's just our eyesight out that we should see that everything is a part of his doing. Our word says, Nalguruvam, Selvam, Taragum, Suvargumamai. He repeats, the heaven, hell, everything is part of your creation. Why would God create a hell? Is the question that a good God, why would he create hell? That is also, hell here refers to suffering. What is that suffering? It is the fact that out of everything, there's a good that he has in mind that he's doing that with. And so we should see that silver lining in everything that he does, right? That is the whole point of the Ayurveda Paksham, that there is that continuous silver lining. He is always doing everything with a good mindset alone. We just have to change our mindset to see that there's no good and bad. Rather, there's all Yemberiman. It is all him. If we see, oh, this is good, this is bad, then we will go back to thinking that I'm doing something, I'm doing good and bad. Whereas if we were to see that everything is just doing, there is no good and bad. There's only him, right? That's what you see here. Yeah. He is going to remove any virodhi. any such obstacle in our way of our protection, Shatraku Veppam Kodukum, he will give that stress for those enemies. What is the true enemy for us? That Ahankara Mamakaram is our enemy. He will remove that memory, that enemy is what Ivar says here. Shatraku Veppam Kodukum Vimala, without a flaw, he will remove that enemy. Shatraku Veppam Kodukum Vimala Tuilaran, Chapennamen Mulai Chavai Chidamarangul. She refers to Nappinne as Chapennamen Mulai Chavai. She has a very beautiful mouth. She has a very beautiful smile. What is that Shavai refer to? It is seen in Thiruppāvai Pāsuram as well. Samparak Thiral Vayan. What is Sampavaram? It means he has a coral-like mouth. Here it is referred to Nappinne. But Nappinne, as we know, is nothing other than his kripa. She is just a metaphor of his kripa. And so then what do you see? He has that kripa always with us. He's always smiling. What did I say? திருக்கையிலே பிடித்த திவ்யாயுதங்களும் வைத்த அஞ்சலண்ட கையும் கவித்த முடியும் முகமும் முறுவலும். He has that smile always. What does that smile refer to? Vatsalyam. He does not see flaws in us. There is no bad. If he is the one that is doing everything, there is no bad. So how does he see bad then? He does not see bad. He only sees good in every single one of us, and he sees that good, and he always gives us that good as well, no matter what. Vatsalyam is what is seen here. That's why he's Vimalan. That's Japamudaya Shatarku Vappam Kodukum Vimalatuila Shapennamen Mulai Chavai Chidamarangul Nappinne Nangai. She refers to that Nappinne who has that smile. That is a smile that you actually see in Yembiraman. Why is it red smile? Red refers to again that kripa. The kripa color is red. And so you see that it is blossoming flower. It blossoms in what color? Red. Do you see the lotus flower? It's red, right? And so that is what is seen here. That red color is attributed back to Tayar, back to Sri Mahalakshmi, or back to Nappinne. That kripa is what is referred to here. That's why she refers to Nappinne Nangai Thiruve Tuilarai. Come on, you also wake up. Come on, wake up and come open up the door. Give us that jnanam. Ukkamum tattuliyum tandu un manalane. She refers to Ukkam, Ukkamum tattuliyum. It refers to fan and mirror. However, a better explanation that I give how that also is fitting. However, also it refers to the going away of any misery, any sorts of thought process, any sort of stress that we have. He will remove that ukkamum tattuliyum. It refers to that stress that we have. He will give us that enlightenment, and he will remove that stress. That is also seen as it can be seen as a metaphor here as well. Fan refers to it's fanning away our miseries. That miseries are fanned away. Enlightenment, that Perumal is the one protecting us, that if you look in that mirror, you see what is exactly the case. Sri Parasara Bhatta, he wrote a Bhagavad Guna Darpanam, is a commentary he wrote for Sri Vishnu Sahasranamam. What did he do? They said that for all the names of Vishnu, Darpanam means, in Sanskrit, it means the mirror. That mirror, he reflected the mirror against the names, and hence you got all the gunas of the Lord. If you, in the mirror, you see exactly what it is. You do not see anything changed. And so that's what you see here. That Sito Darpanamajanam. That Sito Darpanamajanam is a Sanskrit terminology that is referred to. You see the true self. What is the true self in the mirror? That we are Seshan and he is Seshi. That's what you see in that mirror. Ukkamum tattuliyum tandun manalane. Come on, give us these two things. Give us that enlightenment and thereby remove our stress. And let's needada vendum. What is this needadal? I refer to bathing in the first Pāsuram. Sune needadal. Bhagavad Guna Avagahanam. What is Bhagavad Guna Avagahanam? It is bathing in the qualities of the Lord. Bathing. We are going to enjoy those qualities of the Lord. If let's just say, I were to say to all of you guys, all the messages I had said till today, that, oh, we don't have to do anything, he will take care of us, etc., etc., and I hadn't given qualities of the Lord, would you have been convinced on any of those points? No. If he did not have that Jnanam, Shakti, Prapti, Purti, or that Kripa, or any of these other qualities, we would not at all be convinced on the fact that he is going to protect us. We would not be convinced on any of these things. By doing that's bathing in the qualities of him, we are going to be convinced of these opinions that he is going to always protect us, and thereby we will cool off and we will not have that stress in our life, is what is shown by Andal in this Pāsuram. With that, Andal says, come here and you bathe me. We are not saying that I'm going to go jump in the pond and bathe. We are not going to do anything. We are not going to go bathe in his qualities. He is going to come and put those qualities upon us, is what you see here. He's going to bathe us in his qualities. And with that, Andal concludes playing chess. With this, I will say today's pastime, and then I'll give the next 5 days topic. Muppattu mūvar amararkku munchende kappam thavikkum kaliye tuiladai seppamudayai thirudayai sattarkku veppam kodukkum vimala tuiladai settanda anumalvalai sevai siramangol appinne nangai thiriye tuiladai ukkamum tattaliyum tandunmanane ippode ammai neeraattu Thiruppāvai. With this, Andal, next 5 pastimes, what does she do? We'll see the titles. She is again with now Perumal. Perumal has opened up the door. She is inside. She is now talking with Perumal. What do you see? First, the next pastime, we are going to look at bottomless brunch. The next pastime, we'll see the fallen titans. The next pastime, we'll see the Lion King. Next, we'll see hyping up Hari. And then afterwards, finally, we'll see Hari's origin story. We'll see his origin story is the last of the 5 days. And then afterwards, we are now 2/3 in, only 10 more days. These are the next 5. So please make sure to come and see what Andal says when she's in front of Perumal. With that, again concludes.
So Swami beautifully explained the significance of today's Pāsuram, and in that way we can also enjoy how this Pāsuram also refers to our own Acharya. It is a prayer to our own Acharya to bless us more and more with his kripa. So first we saw these 3 songs, right? The 20, 19 and 18. These 3 songs actually celebrate the greatness of Pirati, that is Sri Mahalakshmi. So whenever we pray to Krishna, we pray Radhika Sameda Krishna, Goda Sameda Govinda, Bhuvaraha Perumal, Bhudevi Sameta Varaha Perumal, Sita Devi Sameta Rama. So whenever we worship Perumal, we should always take the blessings of Sri Mahalakshmi, and then we have to approach Lord Rama. That is mentioned. And we also saw how in the Ramayana, whenever Sita was next to Lord Ram, there was no killing. Even Ravana was killed because Sita was not. The Karadushanas, right? The 2 asuras, I think they were brothers of Surpanaka, they were also killed. Like they were annihilated. Single-handedly, Rama annihilated all them. That time also, Sita was with, under the protection of Lakshmana in the hut, and Rama went and annihilated them. So if you look at all these things, you will see that whenever there is Sita Pirati is not next to him, there will be killing. When Sri Mahalakshmi is there, even Kaham Kappittu, they say, there was actually a son of Indra. He wanted to eat flesh. So Lord Ram and Sita, they were in Ekantam, they were in this thing. Mother Sita's lap, Lord Ram was lying down. So he wanted to eat flesh, and directly he started coming and pecking on Mother Sita's breast. And after some time she could not bear. Her body started to shiver. Immediately Lord Ram woke up. He became so agitated. He became so angry, right? Just like a cobra, if you just, little bit vibration, if it comes, immediately it will show his head. So Ram says, you have woken up a 5-headed cobra. Okay, he became so angry. And then he makes a Brahmastra of this. He was lying on the grass, right? The Kusa grass. So he made a Brahmastra of this. And then, he let go on that Kakasura. This Kakasura went to his father. He said, please move on. Now, if I offer any protection to you, my own position will also be, he will not only burn you, it will also burn me also. He went everywhere. He went to Brahma, he went to Shivaloka, everything. They all advised, you better take the protection of Ram. You have offended Mother Sita. So you better go and surrender to Lord Ram himself. So then he came out of the exhaustion, he fell down. And while falling down, when we do Sharanagati, we put our head in the feet of the Supreme Lord. Instead, he put his leg out of exhaustion, he just fell in the opposite direction. But Mother Sita was next to her. She did a wonderful act. She just turned him and put his head on Lord Rama's lap and said, Lord Rama, he is surrendering him to you. So please don't punish him. No, please forgive him. And he got forgiven. Okay. But Ravana, what he did, he didn't actually touch Mother Sita out of that. He had a curse that he cannot touch. So he did not touch Mother Sita, but he did so much of bad things to Mother Sita. But in spite of it, because Sita was not next to Ram when the fight was happening, he lost. Okay, so this is the importance of Mother Sri Mahalakshmi, and whenever we worship, we should always take the the benediction of Sri Mahalakshmi and then approach. And who is the Sri Mahalakshmi? It is nothing but his kripa. As Swami said, Sri Mahalakshmi is nothing but the kripa. What she does is, when we go and when we approach the Supreme Lord, he can see our papas. We have done innumerable number of papas. There is no question about it. We have offended him many, many times. Probably we might have offended his devotees also many, many times. Okay, and he has something called Swatantra. So it is his sweet will. He will decide when he wants to give, how he wants to give. We cannot compel, my Lord, I have come here, please bless me now. We cannot compel him. Okay, that is a Swatantra. But when Sri Mahalakshmi is next to her, she will mediate on our behalf. She will actually plead on our behalf, and she will make sure that he will immediately fulfill our wishes, and she will make sure that she does not see all our sins, etc. So that is the glory of these three Pasurams. So Andal is waking up Sri Mahalakshmi, and this Pasuram can also be referred to as our own Acharyan. So Muppattu, mūvar, amararkku, mūvar. So we are all worshipping a lot of devatas, etc. out of our ignorance. So the Acharyan preaches that Krishna is here. This Krishna who is standing right in front of us, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And simply by worshipping him, all the devatas will become satisfied. Just like by offering water to the roots of the tree, all the leaves, branches, everything is, we cannot go and separately water each one. Again, as Swami rightly said, the posts like Shiva, Indra, Brahma, these are all posts, and the Jivatma is assigned to that post. So just like we go and ask the Supreme Lord for some blessings, some Jivatmas go and ask, I want to go to that post and I want to give blessings to others. This is the boon that they are asking. We also saw how, we all go to Guruvayur to get a child. People, it is a very thing. Okay, but it is said in the Puranas that Rukmani Devi and Krishna, they did not have a child. So they went to Kailash and asked Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva started smiling. My dear Lord, have you ever seen a grandfather coming to a grandson and asking for a child? What is this? She is asking. Then he said, then he reminded her that in one of his previous things, Lord Shiva asked for a boon. He prayed to Lord Vishnu and asked for a boon. And what was the boon? You have to come and ask a boon to me. This is the wish that Lord Shiva asked. So now I am fulfilling that wish. Then Mother Parvati was there. She says, Khalwa, means who can understand your unimaginable leelas? Nobody can comprehend all these things. And this way they say. So all these devas, they are all subordinates to the Supreme Lord, and they are all meant to fulfill certain purposes in this material universe. And it is not that there is just one Brahma. Actually, this is actually a multiverse. So this universe itself is one thing. There are many universes like that. Then for many universes, there is each universe, there is a Brahma, Shiva, etc. These goes, and the Jivatma is here. So an Acharyan gives clear knowledge about all these things, and then he makes sure that we understand who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he also makes sure that we are engaged in his service. Then Seppa Mudayai, he is very straightforward. He is very clear. He will not mix words. He will use the Shastra Pramanas, and very easily and very in a comprehensive manner, he will come and explain. Just like how Swamiji explains all these lectures. It is very clear, it is very direct, and he knows our conditions. Accordingly, he will say what is needed, and what depending upon our level, he will slowly, step by step, take us in that in the path of spiritual progress. Then Tiraludayai, and then he can remove all our obstacles that is coming in the way of our worship. Like our own mind is the biggest problem. Our own heart is so unclean, etc. We don't have to worry. By taking the shelter of an Acharya, slowly, he will drive away all these obstacles. That is the important thing. Then, Satrark Vepam Kurukum Vimalat Vila. Satrark, he will go and, here if somebody speaks against the Shastras, he will go and establish, I don't want to use the word defeat, he will rather establish the clear meaning of the Shastras out of his own compassion, and then clearly explain to everybody, this is the true meaning of the Shastra. We should not interpret it otherwise. In this way, he will say. Then Napinnai Nangai means he is the representative of Sri Mahalakshmi. So whenever we see our Acharya, we should always see him as the representation of Mahalakshmi. As Swami said, Sri Mahalakshmi is the grace, the compassion aspect of the Lord. If you personify her, that is Sri Mahalakshmi or Sri Radha Devi. And whenever we see Acharya, we should see him as the maidservant of Radharani, who is coming all the way to us to help us to remove our ignorance for our sake. Then Ukkamam Tattoliyam Tandun Manalne. Here again it refers Ukkam refers to the mirror, as Swami said. He explains who we are, the true identity, what we are. We are thinking that we are the body. We are thinking that the soul belongs to me. He gives us the true identity that we are not the body, we are spirit souls. And we are spirit souls, we do not belong to ourselves. We are actually the property of the Supreme Lord. And just like how a property adds glory to the master, similarly, we are here to do service to the Supreme Lord for his pleasure and not for our pleasure. So all these truths are wonderfully explained by the Acharya. And then தத்துவம் வந்து முப்பத்து மூவர் அமர்க்கு முன் சென்று கப்பம் தவிர்க்கல இப்போதே எம்மை நீராட்டேலோர் எம்பாவாய். Here it is actually a prayer to our Acharyan. Say, please bless your mercy more and more on us and bless in abundance. I am so ignorant, I am so fallen down. Please shower your mercy more and more on us, and then bring us also in the service of Radhika and Krishna, or Andal and Govinda. With that, we will stop for today's Pāsuram, and then we will continue tomorrow. श्रीमते विष्णु चित्तार्य मनोनंदन हेतुवे नंदनंदन सुंदरिये गोदाय नित्यमंगलम श्रीमदे रम्यजा मातृ मुनीन्द्राय महात्मने श्रीरंगवासिनी भूयात् नित्यस्ति नित्यमंगलम.